She was Pakistan's first female prime minister, and she was killed. Benazir Bhutto was a Pakistani politician who held 2 terms as Prime Minister of Pakistan. She was the first female head of government in the Muslim world and one of the most iconic female politicians of the modern era. On December 27, 2007, Benazir Bhutto was assassinated at an election rally. The assassination shocked everyone, and it prompted an intense investigation into the circumstances surrounding her death. Today on Behind the Date, we will deep at the whys, what, and hows of the assassination and legacy of Benazir Bhutto. But first, let's look at Slate. Who was Benazir Bhutto? Benazir Bhutto was born in Karachi, Pakistan, on June 21, 1953. She grew up in an affluent and politically active family. She received her early education in Karachi and later attended Harvard University in the United States. She also attended the Oxford University in the United Kingdom, where she earned a PhD in political science. Bhutto entered politics following the execution of her father, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who had previously served as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. She was the chairperson of the Pakistan People's Party, PPP, a center-left political party which her father founded. She assumed leadership of the PPP in the late 1970s and led the party to victory in the 1988 election, becoming the first female prime minister of a Muslim-majority country. As prime minister, Bhutto took a number of steps to improve the lives of the Pakistani people. She reduced military spending and increased economic development, with an emphasis on healthcare and education. She was also a strong advocate for women's rights and worked to improve the status of women in Pakistan. Domestically, Bhutto implemented a number of progressive policies that included the expansion of women's rights, the promotion of economic development, and the protection of minority rights, and was a key proponent of the Women's Protection Bill, which granted women the right to vote, the right to own property, and the right to seek divorce. Bhutto also increased the amount of money allocated to the Ministry of Women's Development, which provided funding for programs that aimed to improve the economic status of women. In terms of economic development, Bhutto implemented a number of measures to improve the economic situation in Pakistan. These measures included the privatization of state-owned enterprises, the liberalization of trade and investment, and the promotion of foreign direct investment. Bhutto also created the National Investment Trust, NIT, which was designed to promote investment in the private sector. The NIT provided credit to small and medium-sized enterprises in order to stimulate economic growth. Bhutto also implemented a number of policies to protect the rights of minority groups in Pakistan. She established the Minorities Commission, which was designed to protect the rights of religious minorities in Pakistan. She also implemented a number of land reforms that aimed to protect the rights of the rural poor by providing them with access to land ownership. Internationally, Bhutto was a strong advocate for peace and was instrumental in negotiating the end of the Soviet-Afghan War. She also played a key role in the establishment of the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, SAARC, which aimed to promote cooperation among South Asian countries. Bhutto was also a proponent of nuclear non-proliferation and was a signatory to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT. However, Bhutto's tenure as prime minister was marked by a variety of political and economic difficulties. Corruption scandals and economic mismanagement undermined her government, and Bhutto was removed from office in 1990, following a military coup led by General Pervez Musharraf. She was subsequently placed under house arrest and later exiled to Dubai. In 1993, she returned to Pakistan following a successful campaign for the restoration of democracy. This was followed by a successful election campaign, and Bhutto once again became prime minister in 1993. Unfortunately, her second term was also marred by political and economic turmoil. During her second term as prime minister, Bhutto was credited with helping to improve the country's economy and was praised for her efforts to resolve the conflict between India and Pakistan over the status of the Kashmir region. However, her tenure was also marked by allegations of corruption and nepotism, and her government was eventually overthrown in 1996 following a military coup. In 1999, she was convicted of corruption and sentenced to 5 years in jail. In 2007, Bhutto returned to Pakistan to contest the upcoming general elections. On December 27, 2007, she was assassinated in a suicide bombing. She was 54 years old. The assassination of Benazir Bhutto was a complex event, and there are many theories about the people and motives behind it. The most widely accepted theory is that Bhutto was assassinated by members of the Pakistani Taliban, a militant group with links to Al-Qaeda. The group is thought to have been angered by Bhutto's support for the war on terror and her attempts to combat religious extremism in the country. The Pakistani Taliban have denied any involvement in the assassination, but they have praised the act and have threatened to carry out similar attacks in the future. The investigation into the assassination has been ongoing for more than a decade, and there is still no definitive answer as to who was responsible. Bhutto's supporters have accused the Pakistani government of not doing enough to protect her, and some have speculated that the government may have been involved in the assassination. However, no evidence of government involvement has been found. The assassination of Benazir Bhutto has had far-reaching implications for Pakistan and for the entire world. It fueled a wave of anti-government protests in the country, and it has been a major factor in the rise of religious extremism in the region. The assassination also damaged the international reputation of Pakistan, as it was seen as evidence of the country's instability and lack of security. Benazir Bhutto's death was a tragedy that had a profound impact on the country and the world. The investigation into the assassination is still ongoing, and it is hoped that one day the truth about who was responsible will be revealed. In the meantime, Bhutto's legacy as a champion of democracy and women's rights lives on, and her memory will continue to inspire generations of people around the world. Her legacy as a political figure in Pakistan is mixed, with some praising her for her progressive policies and others citing her alleged corruption and nepotism. Nevertheless, she is widely viewed as a symbol of democracy and progress in the country, and her courage and dedication to the cause of democracy will be remembered for many years to come. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you are interested in more such stories, then check out our previous video on the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi.